Do you know what outflow means? This is a concept that you learn from the Son practice. And since we are advocating Son and Pure Land practice in parallel, it's fair to bring up Son concepts and Son practices because it helps. What's leaking? The car leaks oil. So when your car leaks, you are suffering. Having an affliction is suffering because it's like a car leaking oil. That's what she's saying. Right? It's easier for you when you realize your car's oil is leaking because you know it's annoying. You have to get to the garage, pay for the repairs and so forth. So you see suffering right away. Then what about us? We're not a car. So what kind of leakages would make us upset? What leakages? All these negative feelings we have would be leakages. We worry, we sad because our wives just yelled at us. We are not able to pay for some new washer and dryer. So in general, we're talking about these negative emotions. There are leakages. Worry, anger, greed, those will drain you of your energy. Yes? For example, when you get angry at your children, you get angry at someone, you feel tired after. Don't you? That's a leakage right there. You have your energy here, you get angry, and you spend all that energy on the anger. So you're drained. So when you practice Son, this is one of the things you notice, that you feel comfortable, fine, and with these negative emotions, you're drained. You become tired. Your energy level is lower. That's a leakage. Okay? And she says, when I experience these leakages, these negative emotions, for example, I feel drained. It makes me unhappy.
그리고 나를 불행하게 합니다.
But when it makes her unhappy, it makes her create more leakages. So you see the problem with her? More leakages, more leakages, more
그녀의
leakages.
문제를 아시겠습니까?
That's depressing. So we agree that negative emotions, beware, because you have leakages and therefore you will make you sad.
보세요, 이
Okay? Because you become draining your energy, eventually you will not like it. That is suffering. We can't help ourselves. We're angry at someone, we cannot let go. And the anger drains us. That is suffering. What about positive emotions? Are they leakages? Are they suffering or not? Does anyone feel that positive feelings are not suffering? They're good for you. This is an older lady, which is more experienced. It says, it's only good temporarily. It rarely lasts in her experience. For example,
예를 들어,
may I use an example? You young people didn't know until you get to my age.
나이가 내 나이가 될 때까지
Then
모르겠지만
you see that love is suffering. It was so wonderful when we were young. Now I have to take care of him day and night.
이제 그를 낮밤으로 돌봐야 된다.
It's so much suffering.
너무 많은 고통이 있어.
All love is just temporary happiness, but you will pay for the happiness. Liking, love is a temporary thing and it's suffering. Are positive emotions suffering? That's my question. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself as long as you're not attached to it. If you have enjoyed yourself and you are not attached to your enjoyment, it's not suffering. Wait, for the sake of being consistent with the Buddha's teachings, there's temporary suffering there, but it's okay. Why is it okay? Because it's called life. Life has its ups and downs. Ups and downs. Life is never the same. If you're the same, what is that called? If the same, meaning you in samadhi, you numb,
마비됐거나
you took too much anti-depression. Life is rarely flat, right? It's up and down, ups and down, ups and down. That's the nature of our life. The only way for you to have no ups and downs is to be in samadhi. Okay? That's the only way. then you have no outflows. When you're in samadhi, you have no outflows. So going back to that point again, as long as this enjoyment happens, it is natural because it's life. You have this body, and the body helps you experience pleasant feelings. That's natural.
그것이
It
자연스럽죠.
comes naturally. You don't have to work for it, right? And that's called living. That's called being alive. As long as you're not attached to those pleasant feelings, it's really not suffering at all.
그것이
The
부처님이
ups and downs is suffering.
가르치신 거다. 위,
Whether you
아래.
like it or not, it's suffering. We're not even talking about attachment yet. The ups and downs of life create suffering,
이
whether you
삶의
like it or not. When you talk about outflows, it's about when people cultivate. And when they cultivate, they have such certain skills, therefore they begin to detect the outflows. And therefore they say, I don't want outflows. That's a different part of it, of the training. So these Chan people, they practice Chan and they say, I know that outflows is suffering, therefore I want no ups and downs. No more suffering for me. I'm trying to make a point here. It's a very important point. This lady she's right. According to Buddha's teaching, if you have an outflow, whether you realize it or not, it's suffering. That's correct. That's very good.
아주 좋아요.
Meaning that
그것은
whether it's negative feeling or positive feeling, they're all suffering.
부정
That is correct.
아직까지
You're happy,
괜찮아요?
gives you a full sense of happiness, actually suffering because it's an outflow. When you're happy, you're draining yourself. When you're happy, you're spending energy being happy. You'll be tired later and you have to rest. Okay? So with that good feeling there, you're getting drained. Okay? So deep down actually is suffering. That is correct. So that's right. When you have outflows, you're suffering. Again,
고통받는다.
whether it's good feelings or bad feelings, it's all suffering. It's by definition. So far so good.
아직까지
You
괜찮나?
ups and downs.
이 오르내림.
That is suffering. However, what about the person who says, I don't want ups and downs. I want even keel. I don't want any leakages.
나는
Absolutely not, because it's suffering to me. Isn't that suffering?
그것은 고통 아닙니까?
What suffering is that? I am lonely. I'm so lonely. I'm even keeled. I'm by myself. No one cares for me. What's going to happen to my son? How can I be so selfish? Isn't it suffering too? Listen, you're suffering and you don't realize it. I'm trying to point out to you. You may be even keeled. This is also suffering. Because regardless, you still have to suffer birth and death. And you have to suffer change. You have to suffer sicknesses. Your body is aging. It's getting sicker and sicker. You just aren't aware of it.
병들고 있습니다. 그걸로
Even
인해
though when you're in samadhi and you feel you have no leakages, your body is still getting sicker and sicker and sicker and weaker and weaker and weaker. When you get to be my age, you feel it much more.
내 나이가 되면
It's
더
weaker,
느낍니다.
weaker, and you feel,
아프고 늙고
why these people are so happy?
왜 얘네들은 행복한 거야?
It's not fair. My body's achy. When I'm out of samadhi, I don't feel good.
기분이 안 좋아.
I'm going to go back to samadhi. That is suffering. Because you aspire to be in samadhi.
왜냐하면 당신
Because you
삶에
are afraid of leakages. That's your suffering of life. And so my point is that life is suffering, like the Buddha said. It
삶은
doesn't matter what you
고통이에요.
do. Whether you had good feeling, bad feeling is suffering. Eventually you see that. Or if you're even killed, you're still suffering.
평탄해도 여전히
Suffering
고통이에요.
birth and death, right there. You're going to die. Your body is dying. You're suffering. So far, so good.
아직까지
You're
괜찮아요.
suffering. So, what's the point? The Buddha says, life is suffering, then to make us depressed? Is that his purpose? Not at all. The purpose is that if you're aware of this nature of suffering, it's multifaceted, but you learn to live well in spite of suffering. Even though your body is dying, is decaying, you're getting older, that's part of life. Embrace it. Don't run away from it. Don't say that I don't want to suffer. You don't
이렇게
have
말하지
to.
마십시오.
Okay? The Buddhist teaching is meant to tell you that you can choose when to suffer and when not to suffer. We teach you about outflows in Chan so that eventually you have a chance to remind you that now you understand outflows. Sometimes you have to have outflows because it's better for you. How so? Because if you love someone, that love them requires you to endure suffering for the sake of love. That's part of love. Is that for the sake of love, we want to suffer, to express our love. That's being Buddhist. The suffering the Buddha taught, finally, is in order to encourage you to look at yourselves. If you look closely enough, you realize you're suffering. You see your suffering.
Emituofo, 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 Emituofo.